Up the live stream. Barry Stevens here in the studio on the new Rue 102. Stick and stay. We're going to learn some things. Chain of Fools, Aretha Franklin here on XM 102, the new Rue 102. And Barry Stevens has been a lot of places and a lot of stages, done a lot of talks and a lot of speaks in front of a lot of people, but I doubt you ever followed up Aretha Franklin.
No, I don't think I ever have. Is she my opener?
Yep. So she just set the bar for you, my friend, to...
we're in trouble now.
I know we are. All right, so let's introduce Barry Stevens to Ruston, Lincoln Parish. The gentleman is in charge of the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council and now has... I have big words in my head. It doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about, so please always correct me. But your purview will include Lincoln Parish.
That is true.
Explain.
State's divided into 9 regions. Lincoln Parish was in Region 7, which is Shreveport, commonly referred to or affectionately known as SHRAC. And since the beginning of time, since the beginning of the regions. Recently, there was an opportunity for Lincoln Parish to move into Region 8, our region, my region, and we took them up on it and said, yeah, we'd love to have Lincoln Parish.
Well, the beautiful thing here, Barry, is that, let's get real. I mean, you know, I know Lincoln Parish is a coveted piece of real estate when it comes to SHRAC or Northeast Louisiana, but I heard Doug Postel at Q94.1 talk to you and say, we're kind of in no man's land. We're in the north central part of the state, but we're 28 miles, 30 miles from Monroe and right border up to Ouachita Parish. Why should we be under Caddo-Bossier? It makes sense.
Well, it does make sense. We cross-pollinate constantly and have for years.
Right.
The Shreveport region is a great region. Pam Atchison there does a great job with that Arts Council. One day when I grow up, I want to be like her. But we feel like it's going to benefit our existing region,
right.
and we hope we bring some things to Lincoln Parish.
You know, and also I feel it needs to be stated as we're living in this day and age of a divisive spirit. It's not like you're competing. We're all contending.
We are all working together and collaborating,
right.
and working to elevate the arts.
And, oh, by the way, coming up from Austin, a very rich, authentic arts community, brag upon what we have going here, because sometimes those who live at home don't get to see the beauty of actually where they live, but we have a rich arts heritage, not only in north central Louisiana, but in Louisiana at all, but also northeast Louisiana.
We do. When I took over back, now, 2016, one of the things that was so apparent was the rich arts history and culture that we have in Northeast and North Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah, Louisiana's just so overwhelmed with art, music, visual art, performing arts, but we have our fair share in North Louisiana.
Right. And so the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council, Region 8, Lincoln Parish falls under that, lest anybody go like, oh my gosh, what happened to NELA? Because North Central Louisiana Arts Council has been around for 30 plus years. They haven't gone anywhere.
No.
Explain your role in how you're going to make NELA even better.
We are. Well, we hope we are.
Well, right.
Yeah, the arts organizations in Lincoln Parish and the artists, the immediate difference is the grant cycle that we go through. We re-grant funds from the state of Louisiana. Instead of applying for those grants through SHRAC in Shreveport, they'll apply through us. And then our objective is to support and promote the arts organizations and the artists in the region, and that includes Lincoln Parish.
Barry Stevens, our guest here on the new Rue 102. We're streaming live as well. I know you had a town hall meeting, if you will, a meet and greet or what. Explain what that was at the Lincoln Parish Library Event Center. It was a Monday night, maybe a week or two ago. And what was the focus of that, and how can folks benefit from what you talked about?
Well, it was basically a meet and greet. Creative Exchange, Dylan Sanders and Ryan Botts asked us to come over. When I say us, there's two of us in our office, Abigail Handy and me. We came over, met with everyone that attended. We had a really good turnout, and just tried to explain what we have been about and what to expect out of us. And plus, I needed and wanted to hear, Abigail and I both wanted to hear what they had to say.
You know, and as close as Ruston / Lincoln Parish, north central Louisiana, is in proximity to northeast NELA, there is still some kind of a separation that can only be overcome by people literally getting in your car and going to visit things that are happening in Monroe, West Monroe, and vice versa. And saying that I've not been here is no excuse. It's on you. I'm not talking about you, Barry. I'm talking because we need to get our feet on this street and explore more.
We do. I mean, there's so much out there, and if you don't want to experience it, that's on you.
Well, I'm going to start a coffee shop. If you don't want to experience the experience that's going on here, you can have a cup of shut up. And you didn't say that.
No, I didn't.
Well, you know what it is. You got the naysayers everywhere. All right. So, did you talk about on Monday the Arts Award nomination?
We did.
And what is that?
We did. Our Arts Council back in the mid '80s started the what we call Arts Awards, and the original award was the BART Award, Business Art, and it was intended to recognize businesses that support the arts. So the categories have expanded through the years. We now have Performing Art Award, Visual Art Award, a Volunteer of the Year Award, an Emerging Artist of the Year Award, and last year we added the Region 8 Arts Educator of the Year Award. That particular category is open to the public to nominate. Public, private, parochial school art teachers are eligible for that category. The other categories, if you're an arts organization or a member of the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council, then you can nominate in those other categories.
And going to the website nelaarts.org, NELA-arts.org is where one can go to find all the information?
They can, and if you qualify to nominate, you can contact us, Abigail in our office, and she can set you up a sign-on through the portal to do that.
Barry Stevens, our guest. We talked about now Region 8 absorbing Lincoln Parish, and that's a good thing. North Central Louisiana Arts Council not going anymore. Strength in unity and numbers that's happening. Arts Awards nominations, which is the 38th year, so we have a tremendous community and corporate investment over all of these decades, and I can prove that by reading just a few of these sponsors that you have for the blend, which is coming up. So let's talk about the event first, and then you want to name them all?
Oh, if I do that, I'm going to get in trouble.
I'll put the graphic up. That's what I'll do.
I'll forget somebody.
No. But yeah, what is the blend?
The blend is a blending of two events that we used to have, Blend of the Bayou and the North Delta Food and Wine Festival. Coming out of COVID, which we all did that.
Right.
We decided, let's revisit this and see what can we do to spice things up. So we blended the two events and called it Blend.
Now there's rocket science at work.
I'm telling you, that's why we get paid big bucks. Right. It is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and it will happen Sunday, April 30th from 5 to 8 at the River Market in Monroe. It's all about food, beverages, music, and art. And that's a great combination, actually.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, the place where this will be hosted, too, it's taking place on the banks of the what other natural resources do we have in North Louisiana besides lakes, the river. It's going to be right on the river.
Right on the river. It's a beautiful view of the river. You know, we drive over the I-20 bridge or the Endom Bridge all the time. We never really pay attention to the river. But when you're at the river market, you get a whole different perspective of that river, and it's a beautiful river.
And it's a Sunday, so now nobody can say, well, it's a work. Well, it is a work night, but not really. We won't go there.
It's fairly early, 8 o'clock.
Very early. But yeah, wait a second. We're taking away excuses, folks. Get out, meet people. That's the problem. People stay behind screens too much and think their opinion matters. Your opinion does matter, but face-to-face communication is where you can resolve and just get to know.
That's right.
And grow. So the Blend, April 30th, that's a Sunday, 5 to 8 p.m., the Northeast Louisiana Arts Council. Tickets got a little incentive going, right, if they order in advance?
If they get them today through next Saturday, the 29th, they're only $75.
And there'll be art on sale as well, correct?
It's a silent art auction, actually.
All right.
We'll have, I think it's 11 or 12 artists there, and they'll have a number of pieces each, and you can go around, pick out what you like, and bid on it. And if you bid right, you take it home with you.
There you go. The biggest party on the river. Now that's a bold statement. I like bold statements.
Well, you know, you just go home, go big or go home.
That's right. And I might have been to the biggest party prior to that, but I don't remember. But we won't go there. Speaking of which, let's take a flashback. I heard Doug ask you the question. Are you getting any kind of flashbacks walking into the studios here? You want to tell everybody where our studios are located?
When I pulled up in the parking lot, or actually when I knew I was coming to this parking lot, it reminded me of my days working for 7-Eleven here in this building. We won't say how many years ago that was, but it was a long time ago.
Right. Matter of fact, for folks that don't know, we're at exit 85 off of I-20. It is, I want to say, not a recovering 7-Eleven building, but still on the doors that you had to open to get in here, it says 7-Eleven, a Southland Corporation.
That's right. You know, you actually worked for Southland Corporation, and they put you where they wanted you, and here was my first stop.
And when he when came to Louisiana Tech out of Austin, and Barry Stevens, you know you have access here anytime, anything we can do to help get the word out, promote all the good things now with NELA. One of the things too here in my mind, and you know, I've recently picked up another hustle. I'm the director of the Lincoln Parish Museum, and in there I'm finding all sorts of treasures. And one of the treasures is from 1977. It was students from Louisiana Tech, and they were trying to imagine the future. And what they came up with was vertical cities. So horizontal cities, horizontal cities. The I-20 being a building, you know, rather than going up, we need to think in horizontally.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Did I totally confuse you?
I am absolutely confused.
All right, well, I'll get you the book on that.
Okay.
But the point is, Ouachita Parish, Lincoln Parish, we're all working together, not separate. So
that is true.
That was the. Did I say that right?
Well, sort of.
Forgive me, man. All right, let's set them all straight for those that are going to watch this. The Blend coming up.
The Blend coming up Sunday, April 30th from 5 to 7 at the River Market in Monroe. D.K. Harrell from Ruston is our entertainment that day.
Cool.
Up-and-coming blues guitarist in the B.B. King vein.
Sure. Wow.
Outstanding artist.
All right, so that's going to happen. And the Arts Awards. Deadline on that is May 4th?
I believe that's right,
Okay.
yeah. The event is actually on June the 8th. And nominate somebody. If you know an arts educator, particularly, nominate them.
Sure, sure. NELAarts.org to find out more information. He's Barry Stevens, and appreciate all that you do and appreciate your time for coming over here, my friend.
I appreciate y'all for letting us come on.
You are most welcome. That will end the stream. We'll go to the music right now here on the new Rue 102. People's Choice Party is a groovy thing. All right.
Was that
Didn't
okay?
feel that.